Semantically, yes, technically you could say that the Mariners were tied for the division lead yesterday because of the whole percentage point nonsense, but no, Mariners lost 2-0 today, or I'm sorry, 4-2 today after getting shut out yesterday. Here is the score. Yes, here is the score sheet. Here is the Houston score sheet. As you can see, they had a decent amount. They had 7 hits, 4 runs today, so pretty decent. We had 3 hits, 2 runs, and a blown save from Ryan Stanek. Stanek's blown save really annoyed me. He got injured in his last time out, which, okay, fine. Which it was pre-All-Star break, but the fact that we trotted him out and didn't do like a 15-day IL stint just to make sure he was okay really bothers me. He also took the loss. I don't know why MLB is saying he didn't get a blown save, but oh no, he did get a. Okay, they didn't credit him with the blown save. Thornton and Both went the other two in the third innings. George Kirby, 6 innings pitched, 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 run, strikeouts, no walks, 3.2 ERA now. Doesn't get credited with anything. No win, no loss. Hey Scott gets the win. He goes to 7-3. Hader gets his 19th consecutive save for his 20th consecutive save for his 20th of the season. JP Crawford looked horrible. I believe his on base percentage is under 300 now. And yep, 297 and an OPS is 645. That is not who you want leading off. He looked awful. Didn't get on base at all. Struck out once. Robles looked really good. He had a run, a hit, and a walk, and struck out once. 1 for 3 with a walk, been on base 2 out of 4 times. Loved that. Julio, home run, 2 RBIs. Yeah, he struck out once, didn't walk. That one that strikeout actually was a weird one because it didn't look like he got struck out on a call that he should have been struck out on. So that's a whole thing, but that's baseball. Cal looked okay. He walked once. Garver walked once, struck out once. He was playing backup catcher today. But the thing about Garver is that he's here to be the designated hitter. It means it's his job to hit. He lowered his average to 170 today. Polanco's average actually went up to 200 because he walked and got a hit 50% of the time he was on base. Dylan Moore struck out once and had one of the worst at bats I've ever seen. Rojas and Bliss came in. Bliss struck out in a weird thing where he was facing Hader. Stott was like, I don't want the lefty righty matchup, so I'll put my rookie in the bottom of the ninth with an out. Well, we need 2 runs. That didn't make any sense. And then he brought in Clase, who pinch ran for Haniger and who walked on a pitch clock violation, which was cool. There were 2 pitch clock violations today. Kirby had a strikeout via the pitch clock violation, and Hader issued the walk for the strike clock violation. Ty France is bad. I don't ever want to see Ty France play baseball again. It's not that I don't want him to be a Mariner again. I don't ever want to see him play baseball again. Seeing him play baseball is, but it makes me sad. Julio could have had a second homer, but he got robbed by the right fielder Cabbage, which amazing play. Jumps up, leaping catch, and then this guy who's only played 50 games of the majors flashes the no-fly zone. Julio would get a nice out in the next inning, and then he flashed the no-fly zone back at them, which I really liked that, but it was just like a guy with 50. Robles is hitting almost 500 since he got here. Julio's on a hot streak, and yeah, I understand during a hot streak you're still going to have games that aren't great. This 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 4 at bats, 1 strikeout. It's a decent line. That's something that like it's not necessarily all-star level. It's not MVP level, but it's like potential fringe all-star level and best on the team. Blanco looked bad. Dylan Moore looked bad. I don't ever want to see him play baseball again either. Everybody on the Astros looked really good. Alvarez looked good. Bregman looked good. Altuve, we got him caught stealing. That was awesome. I don't think I've ever seen Mitch Garver catch a guy stealing before. It was really cool to see that. So that was nice. So interestingly, for the second consecutive game, both teams struck out the same number of times. This was 11. Yesterday was 8. So 22 strikeouts today, plus 16 yesterday. 22 plus 16 is 38. 54 of the outs. Uh, what? I'm sorry. 108 outs. So about 35% of the outs over the last two games were via the strikeout, which the MLB average strikeout rate is about 23 to 25%. So I would really like it if both teams could strike out less, but honestly, like, yeah, just for the enjoyment of baseball. Um, I don't like that, but it's what it is. It is what it is. We got to deal with that. We no longer have the division lead. Justin Hollander was on the pregame show talking about making moves. On the broadcast, they were talking about making moves and how just people getting to their career averages would be the biggest addition the Mariners could make at the trade deadline. Isn't wrong. But I pointed this out in the game thread when Ty grounded out to short and then JP grounded out to second. The two of them consistently do that. Like they do that more often than they get a hit or get on base. Like 60 to 70% of the time, Ty grounds out to short, often into a double play, or JP grounds out, like between the two of them, or JP grounds out to second. And it's they're not getting good enough contact on the ball. If they got good contact on the ball and got the ball through the outfield, both base hits, runners at first and second with role plays coming up, no outs. Then it would have been better because Robles is our hottest hitter outside of Julio right now. Honestly, Robles is hotter than Julio. He's just not got the power, but he's not. And another person pointed out, I can't remember who, that in 2001, when we won the 116 games, we had a lot of guys who just got contact, got the ball contact. And what happened was we got them there. Some people would have some power here and there. You'd have some defense. You had okay pitching. That was the year that T-Mobile opened. And that's what won us 116 games. Now we've won two. So we haven't won 54% of our first 100 games. The goal was to be 54 and 46 at this point, according to Jerry. That was one of the dumbest things he's ever said, but it is what it is. I'm very frustrated by the game. I'll definitely watch either live or on replay tomorrow, depending on if I decide to watch the game live or the Brickyard 400 at the actual Oval live. It's going to depend on my mood. But you'll hear from me about the game tomorrow. I'm just hoping that the game tomorrow doesn't make me sad. Julio's homer was awesome. It went up and into the second deck into Edgar's Cantina. And there was a runner on base ahead of him. If you've got a runner on base and then you hit a home run, that's good. You got one or two runners on base, you move the line along, you got one or two guys in there with, maybe a 22, 25% strikeout rate, but like a slug of 700. Okay, I can live with that. Their on base percentage is about 253, so 1.0 OPS or a 950 OPS slug. If you're gonna strike out, slug. And the Mariners aren't doing that, but Julio at least slugged today, and he should have had two home runs with three RBIs and two runs scored. And we should have only needed one run um in the ninth, but unfortunately, it's baseball. People make good plays, and sometimes you just gotta tip your cap, even if they are the trashers. So yeah, it's game 100. I can't believe I've made 100 of these videos.